I have the atlas open electronically, and I have the actual atlas here, and I'm bouncing back and forth between several different maps because to see all the connections I wanted. You know, one of the things I got kind of not thrown into, but I ended up doing some engineering, writing some engineering lessons, and that's not my deal. Like, I was not confident in that at all because I'm not an engineer. But using these maps made it a lot easier for me to see how I can use the engineering ideas together with the DCIs, and that's the kind of the bouncing I was doing. And I was kind of stuck just recently on a lesson I was writing, and I jumped to the map, and right away, boom, it popped out. Oh, this is why I'm stuck, because we haven't really addressed this idea. Like, I don't know when they address this idea. And it was a total thing that, of course, I know that, but until I saw it concretely on the map, it was like, duh, you know. So that was kind of cool too.
Well, I have a follow-up question about the engineering. When you were looking at engineering, did you start with which maps did you start with?
I just went right to the engineering DCIs, actually.
Okay.
So where are we? Yeah, so like the developing and optimizing design solutions. So so I was looking there combined with the DCI of the unit I'm working on, and kind of bouncing around and following kind of the arrows. So looking at evaluating the solutions, criterion constraints. This actually led me to one of the appendices that I never had opened until now, which has like the engineering design cycle. And that actually ended up being, oh, wow. It was a huge, like, it ended up being a really big part of our lesson. So it worked really well. And I never would have thought to go to that appendix had I not been at this map.
I think one of the things that I've been thankful for is that on the left side, if you're like looking at a full spread, on the left side is the text from the framework, because I have found myself reading the text from the framework first to remind me of what I should be looking for and what is important overall in general in specific. So I'm thinking about and looking at map 2.2 cause and effect, because oftentimes I'm like, oh, well, the cross-cutting concept here must be cause and effect because I'm seeing something in the beginning and then at the end, something is different. So cause and effect, bam, that's my cross-cutting concept. And oftentimes, especially if I reread what's in the framework for the cross-cutting concepts and the SEPs, I'm finding, oh, actually, that's not at the grade element you think it is. You're really looking at what's happening in like kindergartens or second grade and helping myself understand, nope, that's not what this really means. Let's dig into what the elements are and follow that arrow all the way up the page on the map. I have had my purple book, the framework, and the Atlas open all at once. And it's been really nice to realize I don't have to have the framework open or the purple book open if I'm in the right place in the maps.
Yeah, that is really cool. It does cut down, like it just makes, especially unpacking, like when you're in those early stages, that is so much more efficient. So many less books and papers open if you have the Atlas. It's nice. And I really like what you said about the grade band thing, because I'm constantly, like, I always have the matrix, like the DCI and the CCC and the SEP matrices open. But even though they kind of go across the rows and kind of follow each other, you don't see all the connections. So having the map helps you see those grade band, like across grade bands, but also between ideas too. So it's really cool.
Oh, between ideas. Yeah, I think I focused a lot on, especially wearing the informal educator hat, like where should students be if we're looking and working with middle schoolers? What should they come to us with, which oftentimes our volunteers don't know, like this is what a sixth grader should be able to do. But if they don't, here's what you're looking at. I haven't spent much time thinking within the grade band, within a specific element, what is complementary, not element, but within the grade band, what's complementary to the others. Have you found a lot of help using arrows that are connected within a grade band?
Well, yeah, I mean, DCIs, of course, but
Mm-hmm.
but really, now I need to flip to a map. You've got me all flustered. Hold on. I should just use my paper version. This is not the easiest way. And as Ted said, the paper version is really nice because it has these like color coding edges so you can find what you need really quickly. So I'm gonna do that. See if I can find a good example.
Here, go to, well, this is earth science. I don't know if that's your favorite.
Sure, whatever.
5.2 on page 75.
Okay.
Look at all the especially in middle school.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a really good example of one.
It's like super monster. Everything points to all earth processes are the results.
Yeah, that one is really amazing. I have not seen one with that many arrows. I haven't been here. But the one I was looking at was up in Weather and Climate 5.4 in high school, where there's a whole bunch of arrows pointing from a different, like up in the high school level. But middle school too is all, these earth science DCIs have lots of cross arrows, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Which is not surprising at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Thanks for talking with me about looking at maps.
It's been great.